Oh.
Surprise! Surprise! Here! We took the bus from Atlantic City. The food is great. Not as great as Lois, though. What she does was such a fat you wouldn't believe. Will you put that joint... Well, I don't know. It's a joke, get it?
Show me your score.
I'll show him his score. Everybody sees it.
When life is rough, laugh it off with the new Comedy Channel. The new Comedy Channel. 24 hours a day. We're there when you need us.
Where am I?
You turn to Channel 10, the Fairfax Cable Access channel on Media General Cable. You're in our studios.
What's my neighbor doing here?
She's producing her own TV show.
Jane?
Right. She took Channel 10's TV production workshop, like so many other residents who want to create community-related programs. We're on.
Hi, Mom.
Media General Cable, investing in your community.
Go.
Now. Depend on new improved Kodak batteries to last longer than ever. So day or night, we'll be there. New Kodak batteries. Depend on us to last longer.
Yeah, I think we got it down.
This graph shows that your car can drive better with Texaco's System 3 gasoline. In the BMW test, ordinary gasoline built up valve deposits, but System 3 actually took them away. Tank after tank, valves got cleaner and cleaner. As for performance, after 5 tanks, it gets even better.
And we're back live here on Home Team Sports. Patrick Division rivalries continue this evening here at the Capitol Center. New Jersey with a 1-goal lead over the Washington Capitals. As always, here in our first intermission, our pleasure to welcome Caps Vice President and General Manager David Poile. And David, Terry told us just minutes before the game that we can expect a defensive struggle, a couple of teams that might play boring hockey in that first 20 minutes. It was anything but boring hockey.
Well, it's certainly totally uncharacteristic of how things have been going for us, and usually how the games are in the Patrick Division. You know, the good news is it was great to see us score some goals. We've really, struggled there, and getting 3 goals in 1 period is excellent for us. However, giving up the 4 goals is really hurts, and again, it's hard to avoid criticism. Don Beaupre just has not looked very sharp in his last few outings, and tonight he's certainly very shaky in the first period.
301-499-6600. We'll take as many calls as we possibly can here in the first intermission. We ask you to be brief, get right to the point, and with your questions and comments, we'll take as many calls as we possibly can here in our first intermission on Home Team Sports. David, it's been a lively 24 hours for you. Do you settle down now that the game's underway, or does this kind of take you to the next degree here?
Well, it's been a tough 24 hours, as everyone knows, with the change of the coaching with Brian Murray to Terry, and again, I'm sure it's unsettling to all the players, to the coaching staff. There hasn't been much time to prepare, but again, I think in a few days, and give Terry a little bit of time with the club, and we'll see what kind of team a Terry Murray coach team is going to be.
Chip from Fredericksburg, you're on Home Team Sports for the Caps general manager, and welcome.
Yes, I was wondering how much longer is Scott Stevens going to be out, and I was wondering, are you going to pull any more defensemen up from Baltimore?
How long is Scott Stevens going to be up, and is there any idea of bringing anybody else up from Baltimore? David, before you even answer that question, Rod was with us in the pregame show and gave us some exciting news that he may be a little over a week away from returning.
Yes, Rod's doing really well. He's been skating on a daily basis and working out really hard off ice, and I think when the All-Star break is over, we got a real good chance of getting him back. Scott is a little bit different story. I mean, he does have a broken bone in his foot, and it's going to take a while to heal, and we're probably looking at least 2 weeks before we could consider having him return to action.
Corey from Silver Spring, you're on Home Team Sports, and welcome.
How do you do, gentlemen? I'm sorry that things have happened the way they have in the last 48 hours, but Mr. Poile, I remember about 3 or 4 years ago you drafted a kid named Jeff Greenlaw. What's the story? Is he still around, and will he ever come up?
Well, unfortunately, Jeff Greenlaw is sort of typical of what's happened with the Capital season, at least in the last month or so. Jeff has been out the whole season. He has a rather a rare injury. It's a result of a Charlie horse from his thigh muscle, and it's a situation where there's been a calcification, and it's just taking a long time to heal. The good news is that he's he's got the green light to start doing a little bit of workouts and possibly skating in the next week or so, and maybe in 2 or 3 weeks he may be able to make his debut. So it's obviously really set him back in his progress for a young hockey player, but he's a pretty determined young man, and hopefully he can get this behind him and get his career on the way.
The unfortunate thing for Jeff Greenlaw, we're talking to Terry Murray on a radio talk show here a week or two ago, and Greenlaw had easily his best training camp, and it looked like might have been a fixture for the Washington Capitals this season.
Well, again, Jeff is a left winger, which is a position that a lot of teams are short in, and he weighs about 225 pounds and plays a very aggressive style. So he's a kind of prototype winger these days that you're looking for, and I think he made a lot of strides conditioning-wise and maturity-wise in the offseason. But this injury is another little setback for him, if you will, and we'll just have to see how determined he is to come back and to make it.
Back to the phone lines we go, and Trudy, you're on Home Team Sports with the Caps general manager. Welcome.
Hi, David. Your comment about Beaupre tonight is the first time that you and I have seen eye to eye. I think that a lot of the fans out here have been thinking that the goaltending situation was really the problem as opposed to the coaching. And I'm very concerned that a really dynamic coach is no longer there. Now I guess you can answer the real question. Who really has been calling the shots, the general manager or the coach, in terms of the players that he's had to work with?
Well, first of all, I can't disagree with you. Our goaltending, I mean, Don Beaupre in the whole of the season has played pretty well, but like our team, the expression, the wheels are coming off, it appears that he's in a little bit of a dry spell, and what you need in a situation like that, you know, somebody to come up big. I mean, you know, what we need in a game is for somebody to get a hat trick or a goaltender to get a shutout, and we haven't had either one to get out of this rut. So again, I'm not arguing with you on the goaltending. As far as any decisions, player personnel between Brian Murray and myself, I mean, he's always you know, played the players that he wanted to play, and I think again our goal together was always to get the best players that we possibly could acquire to play for the Capitals.
Rick from Manassas, you're on Home Team Sports, and welcome.
Yes, I'd like to get David's impressions of the possibility of Brian Murray catching on with another Patrick Division team, particularly that Pittsburgh Penguins job.
Well, again, a lot of people have mentioned that to me in the last 24 hours, and you know, that possibility certainly is there, because Craig Patrick says that he wants to be the general manager, and he'll be looking for a coach, whether it's this season or in the off season. Regardless of that, I think that Brian, if it's his choice, and I'm sure he would like to remain in the business, really should be a very desirable candidate when coaching changes are made around the league, and I'm sure that he will land a very good job, and one that I think that he would like to have before not too long.
David, as we look down the trail here now, you talked in terms of Terry Murray assuming the club coaching duties today. Not really much of a chance. He told us in the pregame show he would have liked to have had a practice or two. The fact that the team doesn't have any more games now till Friday against the Sabres, is that going to work in the team's favor, do you think? Well,
I think so. I mean, between Terry and Robbie, they're going to have a lot of meetings, because again, whatever systems that we had or whatever was said, and even if a lot of things are the same, it has to be said and come out of the mouth of Terry Murray so that everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do. And you know, I think Terry is a pretty precise individual, and it's going to take some time to get out of his head, out of his mouth, and to the players all the things that he wants to do. And again, we saw in the first period, again, we talked a little bit about maybe some suspect goals, but you know, there was a 2-on-1 breakdowns and a breakaway, and these are the things that have been plaguing us for the last little while. And again, you cannot be successful if you're playing that way.
Caps general manager David Poile, thank you for the visit. Second period ahead. The Caps trail by 1.
Across the nation, millions hail the return of a great American. The Big Twin is back at Hardee's, accompanied by crispy curled fries. It's a classic taste with a new twist. Thousands will turn out for the big taste of 2 burgers, lettuce, cheese, and Big Twin sauce on a seeded bun. Hundreds will thrill at the specially seasoned crispy curls. Yes, America, the Big Twin is back. Who says history doesn't repeat itself?
I'm a one-store shopper, and I prefer Safeway meat, and anyone that knows me knows that that's the only place I'll buy my meat. They do take a lot of the fat off their meat, and it's always trimmed real well.
You can see Safeway's meats are different. Trim closer, so you don't end up paying for what you can't eat.
You know, I'm very hard to please, and if I can be pleased, well, I know it's real good stuff.
Come take a look. Come see the difference that's there. Ever try to get help on a holiday or a weekend? It's nearly impossible, unless you're calling one very special number. GE Answer Center may help you. 24 hours a day, even holidays, GE's Answer Center is there. Whether you're thinking of buying a GE appliance or already own one.
My son just put marbles in the ice maker.
Don't worry, ma'am. The GE Answer Center never closes.
People around here know lasting value is best. That's why over the last 2 years, almost 500,000 truck buyers have bought the best. Toyota trucks, the #1 truck in customer satisfaction. Toyota 4x4s beat Ford Ranger with a bigger payload, better horsepower, and more towing capacity. Toyota 4x4s deliver higher retained value, big projected ownership savings, and a lower sticker price. That's lasting value. See your Toyota dealer. We deliver value today and tomorrow.
Washington Capitals game coverage on Home Team Sports is brought to you by Safeway. Come see the difference at Safeway. And by GE. From plastics to financial services, GE brings good things to life. Capitals and the New Jersey Devils in a wild first period of play. New Jersey winds up on top 4-3. They led 4-1 at one point in the first period of play. Mike Fornes and Al Koken welcoming you back once again to Washington Capitals hockey. I don't know if it's fair to judge Terry Murray's future in coaching this team based on that first period of play, but I'll say this, it was different from what we've seen in the past, although I don't know that that's exactly how Terry wanted the period played.
No, although in some regards it's too much of what we'd seen in the immediate past, which some missed assignments, some shaky play, some poor defensive play by both players and goaltenders. But the difference was the Capitals were able to come back, one, with a strong bit of emotion, and were able to finish off some of their glorious chances. Of course, they did get one nice break, a good room service bounce that Jeff Courtnall put in, but that is not what Terry Murray wants to see in terms of the overall defensive scheme, but it is what he wants to see in terms of emotional play and finishing off chances.
Let's take a look at the Washington Capitals shot chart for the first period, and you can see the locations of those 16 shots and the 3 goals.
Well, they finally did get some good pressure. And you see, look at the period Dino Ciccarelli had, and most of those shots, I think, really came after New Jersey took that 3-0 lead. Now, the goal that really also seemed to boost the Capitals' spirits a bit was a play that Kevin Hatcher makes. Now, he's wheeled out all the way from his own end. Keep an eye on him to start as we run the play, and watch the way the New Jersey defense backs in a little bit and allows Hatcher to blast this drive. Now, Sean Burke makes the save. Now, stop it right here. Look what happens with Burke. He's made the save, but as the puck starts to skitter out, instead of him getting back in position here, he kind of falls out this way, and the puck, you see here, watch Jeff Courtnall just walk right into it. Instead of getting back to the post, Burke goes out towards the puck, and that leaves the net wide open. Courtnall makes no mistake, drills it home, and again, the Capitals have some life. It's 4-2 at this point, and the crowd gets back in the hockey game. Then some good work. Again, Courtnall digging in the corner. Now, Hatcher has kept the puck in and sent it down to Courtnall in the corner. Hunter, who's playing center, is moving in on this right wing position, and here is John Tucker, who's filtered himself over. As the player comes out to eliminate Courtnall, Hunter moves down, and watch the way it opens up John Tucker. Courtnall keeps it alive. Now stop it here. You see, this player has decided to make this little move towards Hunter. Tucker is all alone. Hunter slips it to him, and bang, John Tucker beats Sean Burke. That's the good, hard work in the corner. Courtnall giving himself up, Hatcher keeping it in at the point, and a nice bit of passing between two natural center icemen, Dale Hunter and John Tucker. That made it a 4-3 hockey game, Mike.
What a comeback by the Capitals near the end of that period, and the way things started out, it was anything but looking like it was going to be a very decent hockey game. The Devils took off. We'll take a look at their shot chart and show you exactly how they got all those shots, and as you can see, 4 goals on 12 shots.
Well, and that's why you can also see where Don Beaupre has got to have a rather large share of the blame, because there's not a lot of deep shots other than the Danico and McLean shot that you can't blame. But when you get beat by Danico out high and Oyanen out high as well, those are the shots he should have stopped. But here's the play I think is really important. Now, this is the situation with Jeff Courtnall steaming into the zone. Watch how he's going to turn on the brakes and have what looks to be a clear shot at Sean Burke. This is while the Capitals are on the power play. But instead of taking the shot, as he gets Danico to go by him, he tries to make a pass. Now stop it. By pulling up like this and trying to make this pass back to the point, it's given Doug Brown an opportunity to come up with the puck. And with Capital players in deep, the New Jersey Devils are going to get themselves a break to start out. Instead of putting that shot on goal, out come the New Jersey Devils, and they've got a 3-on-2. And all you're going to see is Ken Danico get a shot and wind up. Now, as I said, this is something where I thought Don Beaupre should have stopped it, but that's also a shot that should have been put on goal at the other end by Jeff Courtnall.
Okay, we're ready to go at center ice. It'll be Sundstrom leaning again as Mike Ridley, a pair of number 17s, and the Capitals get the faceoff. Kelly Miller tied up right at the red line and now clears it on into New Jersey ice. Bruce Driver back to pick it up. Sends it out of the zone to center. And here's Brendan Shanahan. Feeds it off, and McLean's high shot sails up off the glass. Dino Ciccarelli starts back for Washington. Flips it across the line. Ahead to Ridley. Here's Sundstrom working the center. Gets across the line, fires a shot, and a save made by Beaupre. Up the left wing boards, Kelly Miller. Flips it across the line, back into the Devils zone. Mark Johnson works the center. Flips it wide of the Washington net. Kevin Hatcher back to take it. Hatcher jams up in the corner. Kirk Muller given a shove. He has the puck. And McLean now to Turgeon right in front. Backhander stopped by Beaupre, and he manages to hang on.
Well, the Devils showed some good work. Good, strong play along the boards. And Beaupre gets enough of this shot to make the save. Terry Murray changing some things up again, as he's certainly going to have to try and find the line combinations he feels comfortable with. Tried the takedown in front. You see the way Turgeon is able to walk in front, getting away from the check of Kelly Miller. Miller out there to start this period out there with Mike Richard and Stephen Leach. So Miller has replaced Michael Pavanka to start on left wing. Pavanka out there right now, as Richard will take this draw. So Pavanka back out there to take over for Kelly Miller. Devils get the draw. Here's Turgeon back to the point. Danico, a wrist shot, and it's caught by Beaupre. He leads to the corner for Steve Leach. Leach sends it ahead to Pavanka. Picked up at center ice, and Turgeon starts back to the Devils. Takes the slap shot, carries in and fires. And Beaupre with the save. Back to the point. Danico a drive. Blocked by Bill Holder. Caps come back. Michael Pavanka. Across the blue line to Stephen Leach. He fires, hit the crossbar. The red light goes on. It is ruled a goal. The puck snuck in just under the crossbar and captured the webbing that hangs down from the top of the net and came ricocheting right back out. The red light is turned on immediately by goal judge Jim Wiseman. And Andy Van Hellemond rules it a goal.
Well, this is very reminiscent of a shot Stephen Leach beat Sean Burke on in the playoffs 2 years ago. A high, ripping drive that Burke cannot get, despite standing up and having all that size. Burke punched forward. The only spot to beat him in the position he's in is right over the shoulder, and Stephen Leach does it. That puck is slipping, and that may have had something to do with it. May have changed direction on Burke just a little bit. Here's a break, a shot just wide by Courtnall. Chased into the corner on the rebound. Courtnall tries to center, and it's dumped out of the zone to center ice. Ojanen fires wide of the Washington net. Time of the goal, 1:47. Pavanka and Richard assisting on Stephen Leach, and his 13th goal of the season to tie this game at 4. Well, that replay showing conclusively that both goal judge Jim Wiseman and referee Andy Van Hellemond correct in calling that a goal. That puck was visible inside the net. Right. Neither man hesitated a second.
Devils working in the Washington zone now. Yanni Ojanen throws it back into the corner. Here's David Maley. He's checked, but he gives the puck to Bob Brook. Back to Maley again. Tries to center it. It's stopped. Now cleared rink wide, and finally Alan May tips it out of the zone. As many of the
criminals in Prince George's County have learned over the years, you don't test the trigger finger of Jim Wiseman.
And Hellerman takes a spill. Hit on the goal line, but Alan May keeps the puck going. Fetisov jams him up. The puck cleared along the boards. Huskroft clears it back inside the Washington zone. Here's a shot knocked down by Kevin Hatcher. Fetisov back to the corner. Corvo beats him to it. No icing. Here's Rob Murray chasing, but can't get to it. Doug Brown flips to center ice and sends it back inside the Washington zone. Kent Painter's helmet is pulled off now by Huskroft. Ivan Corvo, too far for Alan May, and all the way back inside the New Jersey end. Capitals 4, Devils 4. 15:41 to play here in the second period. At the blue line, Huskroft, wrist shot. Stopped and back to the point for Danico. Throws it behind the net. Now Ciccarelli catches up on right wing. Dino Ciccarelli out to Kelly Miller. Miller across the line. Over to Ridley, and he can't get it back to Miller. At the point. Rouse fires wide of the net. Miller on the short side. Tries a backhander. Great save by Burke to stop Mike Ridley. Loose puck in front of the net. And Huskroft clears to the blue line. Up to Shanahan. Here's a 2-on-1. Shanahan with Sundstrom. He fires. And Beaupre makes the save. I think this crowd is more into this game tonight than they have been in any games in the last month here at the Capitol Center.
Well, I mean, this may not be the type of hockey the coaches want to see, but you cannot tell me this crowd doesn't love a wide-open, bang, action-filled hockey game. It's all tied up at 4-all with 14:43 left in the second period.
Don't need Paris, don't need Rome. I'm having more fun sitting right here at home. I'm just a scratching, matching, trying my luck. Never had so much fun for a buck. Oh, what fun! What fun! Instant fun. The Maryland Instant Lottery.
Only your Maryland Lottery agent has the $5,000 money match game.
Dynamite goaltending at both ends of the ice. The save of the game right now belonging to Sean Burke. Watch this theft. Ridley unloads Burke with a spectacular save, then a good one at the other end by Don Beaupre as he stops Brendan Shanahan. A hard drive from Shanahan. Beaupre with the save, and reaches out and watch him have to clear this behind him. And that almost deflects a little more dangerously towards the open goal. Here's Wolanin in behind the net. Kasatonov now starts the rush. Works to center ice. Clears it across the line back in the Washington zone, and Hatcher catches up to it in time for the icing ball. With 14:17 remaining here in the second period. That face looks a little familiar to Capital fans. Twin brother of former Capital Peter Sundstrom. This is Patrick Sundstrom, who is, even though Kirk Muller right now is leading the team in scoring, I don't think maybe there's a more valuable player on this New Jersey team than Patrick Sundstrom. The way he works both ends of the ice, very reminiscent of what Bengt Gustafson gave the Capitals for so many years. The job that Patrick Sundstrom does for New Jersey. Well, we've got an opportunity. We've got some loyal HTS viewers down in Edom, North Carolina. Wayne and Marge Lawson we want to say hello to. Capitals 4, Devils 4 with 14:05 to play in the second period. Hunter throws a heavy hit on Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom in the corner. Back to Wolanin. Wolanin throws it behind the net. Hunter up the boards, and Wolanin has it knocked free, and Hunter pushes it ahead to center ice. Here's John Tucker looking for Kortnall. Fires, and the save made by Burke.
Courtnall was already past the goal when the rebound was let loose. There's a break in the action. This game knotted at 4.
At Lexus, we didn't just suppress the engine noise. We suppressed the gear noise, the exhaust noise, the wind noise. And all that was left was the perfect environment for you to create a little noise of your own. The new Lexus LS 400 luxury sedan. Lexus, the result of our relentless pursuit of perfection.
John Tucker, Jeff Courtnall coming down ice. Kasatonov back. Tucker sends that over to where Sean Burke has got to play it, and Jeff Courtnall just cannot collar that rebound. Courtnall made a nifty play, though, at the other end to get it started. Wolanin had snuck down. Courtnall recognized it, stayed right with him, and when they tried to get it to Wolanin, he chipped it away and got that rush started, giving it to Hunter, who sent Tucker on his way.
Slap shot by Turgeon, blocked. The rebound fired right to Beaupre, makes the stop. And now Pavanka grabs the rebound. Can't clear it out. There's going to be a penalty call coming here against Washington. Danny Van Hellemond has the arm upraised and is now skating to the box to call a penalty here at the 6:38 mark of the second period for tripping. It's going to be against Michael Pavanka of the Capitals.
Well, you see, Pavanka has possession of the puck. He's trying to hold on to it to make some sort of play. He's checked on the play, loses it, and just pulls his man down to the ice for the first Capital penalty of the night. This is the area, Mike, though, with the 4-all game now. The Capitals have fought back from the 3-0 deficit. Yes, they've got some momentum going, but I think this is where Terry Murray wants to see some of that patient play. Not to fall into a defensive shell, not to get conservative, but just play smart. Don't take the unnecessary gamble to give New Jersey an easy scoring opportunity. Play this game now like it starts from this very moment.
Rob Murray leans in for the draw. And it's sent outside the Washington zone. The Devils for Tisov back to get it. He leads to Turgeon. Now back in the corner for Bruce Driver. Driver starts out from behind the net and stick handles the puck to center ice. Fires back into the Washington zone. Muller held up along the sideboard. That gives Kleinendorf some time to make a play, but his clearing pass blocked. Now Ridley picks it up and sends it all the way down. Ridley with Miller, Kleinendorf with Hatcher. The Washington penalty filling through, and here's Hatcher back in his own zone. Picks an opening and sends it the length of the ice. The Tisov has it taken away now by Rob Murray, and he pushes it back inside the New Jersey end.
Well, that's what you got to do with that guy. You can't let him start his move to the neutral zone. Murray challenged him nicely and got the puck away.
Alan Mays out there now with Kent Painter and Bob Rouse. Rob Murray, and again the Caps cleared all the way down. Fetisov behind the net. Right into the corner for Al May. He didn't see it. And now here's Fetisov to start. Rushes the puck to center. Gives to Sundstrom. Right wing side for Shanahan. Off the boards to the point. Kept in by Fetisov. Still holding it at the blue line, and now off Rob Murray. It comes right in front of the double bench, and Bruce Driver back to get it. Boy, Fetisov's passing is pinpoint, isn't it? Every time he holds that puck, he's in control of exactly where it's going.
Well, that's the way the Soviets have always played power play hockey. Pinpoint passing, always looking to find that open man. They know with passing, good alert passing, that's the way you do it.
That ends the penalty call to Pavanka. He's back on the ice, and Washington is now at full strength. Hatcher up the boards, and Fetisov takes over. Sent ahead on the right wing for McLean. Jammed up by Bill Holder, and here's Pavanka behind his own goal. Pavanka sprints to the blue line. Has it taken away, but Hatcher's there to help him. And covers, clearing it out of his zone to center ice. Here's Steve Leach, cutting in. Hooked on the play by Fetisov. There'll be a penalty call coming. A delayed call. Out of the net comes Don Beaupre. The Caps have a sixth attacker on the ice. Mainly handles the puck in the corner. And here's a minor penalty call coming against Fetisov for hooking. And the Capitals will have the power play when we return. Let's check in right now with Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. On our National Hockey League scoreboard, the Washington Post scoreboard, one game underway, and the Philadelphia Flyers continue to struggle. Pete Peters in goal tonight, but the Flyers trailing the Pittsburgh Penguins by a score of 2-0. That's a first period score. Recchi has the lone goal that we know of. Pittsburgh again in front by a 2-0 count. Let's go back upstairs to Mike and Al.
Okay, Jeff, here you see that move that Stephen Leach makes, that inside-out move, and gets the angle on Fetisov. I thought maybe the most impressive part of Stephen Leach's entire play on that sequence, Mike, was when he picked up that loose puck near the blue line, he recognized that Pavanka was trapped inside the zone, yet he still was able to go lateral along that blue line without losing any speed and any momentum, gave Pavanka time to clear the zone, and then he turned it on with that move on Fetisov. Just a great individual play by Stephen Leach to get the Capitals on the power play.
The draw comes back to the Devils' goal, and here's a clearing attempt that gets past all the players and all the way down the ice. Hit by Kasatonov. And Washington's Bob Rouse back to claim it. He starts to head down to Courtnall with a long lead pass. Courtnall to the blue line, inside the New Jersey zone. Courtnall checks and the puck cleared to the point. Johansson has it. He fires. It's knocked down. Got a glove knocked off of John Tucker. Tucker comes over now to try and clear the puck, has his glove back, sent to the point. Rouse keeps it in. As it's sent out to center, trades passes now with Calle Johansson. Bob Rouse up to Mike Ridley. Ridley across the blue line, and Danico clears it all the way down the ice. Beaupre behind the net. And leaving for Kevin Hatcher. 55 seconds to go in the Washington power play. Caps and Devils tied at 4. Midway through period 2. Courtnall to the corner. Cleared to the point. It gets away from Hatcher. Beaupre comes out of the goal now to lead it behind the net for Hatcher. Hatcher skates it to the blue line. Right wing pass for Cicerelli. Cleared by Holder on into the New Jersey zone. Holder behind the net. Deep in New Jersey ice. Back to the point for Pavanka. Over to Hatcher, a slap shot. Glove save to Burke. And he holds on.
Good communication between Cicerelli and Holder. Cicerelli realizing if he played that pass, he would have been offside. But with Holder playing it, that was fine because Holder was not across that line, was able to chase the puck in. And the Capitals able to keep it alive and get a point shot from Kevin Hatcher. We still have 19 seconds left on the Fetisov call. Cicerelli, Pavanka, Richard. Richard will be the man taking this draw. Hatcher and Bill Holder working for the Capitals on the power play. McLean, Sundstrom, Aveline, and Danico.
Face off to the left of Sean Burke with 19 seconds left in that Washington power play. Richard leans in for the draw, brings it back to Cicerelli. He's knocked to the ice. The puck cleared up the boards to the point to Bill Holder. Holder's pass on the right wing, kept in by Hatcher at the point. Now sent to Cicerelli in the corner. Michael Pavanka. Penalty ends. Fetisov's back. Here's a shot, and a goal! Michael Pavanka from the face-off circle. And the Capitals take the lead for the first time in the game, 5-4.
Well, the Devils allow Pavanka to walk in, and then once Aveline makes the move high again, beating Sean Burke. Very unusual. You get Sean Burke beaten this many times high. Usually some of the ways to beat Sean Burke is low because he's such a big man, but look how the Capitals keep this alive. Nice work along the boards. Cicerelli the hard work, then Pavanka. And this is really 4-on-4 hockey because not only had Fetisov not come back into the zone, but Billy Holder had backed way out to make sure New Jersey couldn't free Fetisov for an easy break. So that's almost like a 4-on-4 situation, and Michael Bobonka makes the Devils pay. Looks like that may have gotten a little tip and a little change in direction, and the Capitals have chased Sean Burke from this hockey game. Burke coming in with a 7-1-1 record over his last 9 games, has squandered a 3-0 lead, and now trails 5-4 in this hockey game. Chris Terreri, the man to take his place. Well, Chris Terreri comes on, and this is his 20th appearance of the season. 63 goals against in 1,026 minutes and a 3.68 average. He has 7 wins, 8 losses, and no ties on the season. Terreri making his second career appearance against the Capitals. The other one this season.
Like you're talking about two relatively opposite goaltenders. Small, very quick is Chris Terreri, standing up much better, and that's the reason for his improved play, where you got Sean Burke, now one of those classic big men in goal.
Capitals beat Terreri and the Devils 3-1 on December 27th at New Jersey. That was the only other time he faced Washington. For the score. Caps have the lead for Bonka's 15th of the season, coming at 11:23 unassisted. The latest Washington scoring play. Here's Kelly Miller. Wrist shot, knocked down. Here's a steal, Hunter a drive, Terreri to save, and the rebound packed wide. Now Miller buzzing around the net, sends it over to Hunter. Back to the point man, Calle Johansson. He gives to Dale Hunter. Hunter with a slap shot, deflected off the skate of Miller just wide. The Devils come out. Ojanen to center ice. Fires just wide of the Washington net. Bob Brook in the corner. Throws it behind the Capitals goal. Here is David Malin. Again sends it behind the Capitals goal. It's cleared to the corner. Ojanen back to get it. Taken away by Hunter. Has Malin right on it. Works to Johansson. Back to the point. Craig Wolanin keeps it in. Back of the net, a centering pass, stopped by Leach. Now turned around. Ojanen blocks the non-goal. And a save made there by Don Beaupre of the Capitals. Here's Johansson now to try and move it out. And he gets it outside the zone to center ice. Hunter held up on the play, but clears the puck into the New Jersey zone. Out comes Richard with Kleinendorf, and Kleinendorf dumps it into the skates of Richard. He's across the line. Sylvain Turgeon in across the blue line. Taken away by Kent Painter. The Packer dumps Turgeon to the ice. Turgeon number 16 across the blue line. Back for John Tucker. Taken now by Richard to the point. Slap shot. Deflected just wide. Here comes Mike Richard. Works to center ice. Winds and fires a drive, and it's stopped by Terreri, who comes in without the benefit of any warm-up upon his appearance here. Turgeon with his skates deflecting it ahead to center ice. Kirk Muller inside the Washington zone. Back to the point. Albaline shoots wide. Hatcher back to tie up, and the puck cleared out of his zone and all the way back to New Jersey ice. Terreri way out of the goal, and now just allows Albaline the chance to play it. 5:05 to go, second period. Capitals leading 5-4. Washington has scored the last 4 goals in this game after trailing to the Devils 4-1. This will be an icing call as Bill Holder goes back to get it. There's a break in the action. The Caps have rebounded to take a 1-goal lead of 5-4 over the Devils.
You know, Thrifty Car Rental has variety for everyone.
I can rent a new car from Thrifty and save money, money, money. Oh, yeah.
Have the four-wheel time of your life in the D.C. area. Call Thrifty today for rate information on this sporty Jeep Cherokee and to make advance reservations.
Right on a car rental company.
for incredibly little.
How thrifty today, and away you go!
3 games on our Washington Post scoreboard. Islanders leading Vancouver by 1 in the second period. Pittsburgh by 2 over Philadelphia. Also a second period score. Winnipeg leading Quebec on their home ice. Back upstairs to Mike Canal.
5-4 the score here with 4:48 to play, second period. Lead pass to center, and that's deflected. Back into the corner, Brendan Shanahan, jammed up by Bob Rouse. McLean throws it behind the net. Rouse ties up there with Shanahan. Shanahan takes a spill. The puck's under him. Now Rouse pins into the boards. Backs off, gives him a chance to play it. Finally, it does come right to the side of the net. And Don Beaupre hangs on and stops it as Sundstrom is given a shove out of there. And now Dale Hunter's all wrapped up with one of the Devils, and Danico tries to get in from behind.
And Shanahan, it looked to me, got that stick in the midsection of Jeff Courtnall. And here's a guy who's going to very soon have a hearing with Brian O'Neill about a stick swinging incident the other night in Quebec. Better not add too much else to his resume. Well, let's watch the way Shanahan kicks it out. McLean will put it in front. Beaupre covers, one whack at it. Now watch the stick come in on Jeff. Well, they won't be able to see it there. But that stick from Shanahan comes in on Courtnall as Billy Holder eliminates Patrick Sundstrom from the front of the net. Filtered Miller Genuine Draft brings you what's on tap here on Home Team Sports. On the 17th, it's going to be Navy against Richmond in some outstanding college basketball action. Then the Bullets return here to the Capitol Center to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Then, my alma mater, American University, off to a good start this season. They take on another local power, George Mason, at 1 p.m. here on Home Team Sports.
Now, would you have said they got off to a good start had they not been your alma mater?
Sure. But no, they were off to a good start.
How's George Mason doing?
The Eagles are really well. Mason's not doing too badly.
Not too
Eagles
bad. But you didn't go to school there, though.
No. I've got my alumni money in at the American University. Ed Tapscott getting his 100th victory the other night. One thing about the American University, they've had a good history of getting some fine coaches at that program. Gary Williams, the current University of Maryland coach, is one example.
Kleinendorf wings it ahead to Alan May, and he dumps it across the line back inside. The New Jersey zone, Terreri gets in trouble behind the net. The centering pass blocked in the goal crease. It's sent wide by Corriveau. Back over to Johansson. Can't keep the pressure on. Ivan Corriveau turns it around behind the net. Trapped against the side of the goal. Alan May can't get it. Now the Devils finally take over. Bob Brook moves it across the line, back inside the Washington zone. And Kleinendorf sends it out of there for a point, kept in. Turnaround, centering pass, Maley stopped, scores another drive. Beaupre with 2 big saves, stopping both Maley and Huskroft. And now Huskroft and Rob Murray get tangled up right in front of the Washington net. The linesmen separate the players, and we'll be back after this.
Laziurus borealis, Didelphus marsupialis.
Many creatures in the animal kingdom come out at night.
Tyto alba.
Some are more exciting to watch than others.
Well, Don Beaupre has made up for his shaky moments in the first period. 1 big save, then Huskroft robbed at the doorstep. And watch the action that comes after that. Huskroft cross-checking Rob Murray to the face. Now, Murray's going to get a roughing call. Huskroft, I think, cross-checking and roughing. So the Capitals will have a power play.
Washington, number 23, Rob Murray gets 2 minutes for roughing.
It'll be a Washington power play. Hustroff gets 2 for cross-checking, 2 for roughing. And Murray 2 for roughing.
2 minutes cross-checking, 2 minutes roughing. Washington penalty number 23, Rob Murray.
The Caps coming out of that in pretty good shape. Time of the penalty calls, 16:37.
Hey, Mike, it's obvious the Capitals' turnaround from about the 10-minute mark of that first period, but it's been impressive how all 4 lines have come out and done a sensational job. There's been intensity, there's been hitting, great offensive chances from all 4 lines. No one unit is carrying this team right now. It's been a team effort to get back not only into this hockey game, but to take a lead for the first time.
Bruce Driver clears it all the way down the ice back into the Washington zone. Brendan Shanahan is serving the extra minor penalty on Hustroff's behalf. Now here's Kevin Hatcher. Puck goes off the skates of Richard, back to the point, kept in by Hatcher. Now to Pavanka, has it knocked away, and Hatcher has to chase it to center ice. Takes out Sundstrom. And Pavanka back in his own zone to Bill Holder, who has lost the glove. Andy Van Hellemond puts it on. He's trying to give it to Holder if he can get close to it. Here's Pavanka. Puck cleared back inside the New Jersey zone. Hard hit by Richard to knock the Tishoff off the puck. It comes to Holder at the point. He feeds it over. Flat shot by Rouse, deflected, and Pavanka chases it in the corner. Back again to the point. Bob Rouse fakes the shot. Sets up Pavanka. Walks in, a wrist shot, and a goal! Michael Pavanka, the last 2 Capitals goals from the same spot. And Washington leads 6-4.
And Mike, it's a Capitals power play goal, something that has not been coming with any consistency. What a big lift that's going to be if the Capitals can get something going. There's great puck movement, but look at all the room again the New Jersey Devils give Pavanka. Remember, he scored the last time on a play where he just walked in from that very same corner. And none of the New Jersey Devils go out to challenge. And by the time they do, Pavanka lets the shot go. And again, it may have caught a piece of a New Jersey stick. Changed direction slightly, but 2 Pavanka goals have put the Capitals now on top, 6-4.
Time of the goal, 17:51. As Washington takes a 6-4 lead on Pavanka's second of the game and 16th of the year. Rouse and Holder assisting on the power play goal. Here's the whistle to stop play with 1:40 left in the second period.
Going to be a penalty to Bob Rouse that have John Cunniff's team get a chance now to slice into what is a 2-goal Capital lead with 1:40 left to go in the period. Muller trying to wheel around in that zone, hooked down by Rouse.
And of course, with that 6 Caps goal, you'll all get a coupon for free pizza from Jerry Subs and Pizza.
Crowd cheering the announcement that free pizza from Jerry Subs and Pizza out of the crowd for 6 Capital goals, and it's one of the earliest moments I can remember that happening. Usually it's late in the game with the crowd sitting with 5 Capital goals on the scoreboard chanting pizza, 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 and now you've got it all the way late in the second period.
Caps have scored 5 consecutive goals without the Devils answering.
That last graphic showed better penalty killing. One New Jersey power play tonight, not a single shot on goal.
Offside, New Jersey. And the face-off will be out of neutral ice.
Kelly Miller standing up, forcing the play. Rob Murray should be available to the Capitals in just a moment. So Terry Murray will have Rob Murray on this next penalty killing shift. Miller and Ridley out there right now. Ken Painter and Kevin Hatcher working on defense. What's so outstanding about that record with the skipjack, Michael, how many young players the Capitals had. So many American Hockey League teams, I think about Hershey and Newmarket, with a number of veteran players, guys who have had considerable time in the National Hockey League. Terry Murray did it
with all rookies. We're in the final minute of play in the period. Kelly Miller tries to work it free, sends it back to the point. Centering pass knocked down by Kevin Hatcher, and he clears it off the boards all the way down the ice. John McLean into the corner, now centers for Kasatonov. It's knocked down by Kleinendorf. Back of the goal, and here's Hatcher. Again, back to the point. Kasatonov's drive blocked by Mike Richard. 10 seconds left in the period. Centering pass, stop, rebound shot, Beaupre to save. Back to the point as time runs out. And the Capitals put on a mighty impressive display here in the second period, scoring 3 goals. A pair from Michael Pavanka. Steve Leach gets one, and they lead the Devils 6-4 after 2. Shots on goal in the second period, the Devils with 12, a 2-period total of 24. The Capitals coming up with 10, a 2-period total of 26. And listen to this crowd.